Okay, folks, this is an emergency broadcast because the markets are crashing right now. It's crashing. Bitcoin down in the 80s now, very much in danger, and Ethereum, everything else has been going down as well. But look at this. This is something that we kind of warned about, right? We've been warning about in my last few videos of this scenario, and especially my Discord just a few days ago. Look, let me just show you guys what's happening on the charts right here. Okay, here we go. So basically, Bitcoin, we've been saying that could be doing this double head, right, and shoulder pattern. You have the shoulder, double head, and shoulder, right? Broke down. Here's the neckline, 91.7 area, boom, and it broke down. Ethereum heading to the bottom of the flag at 2400s. This is the bull flag for people who've been watching my videos, been saying for a long time, is heading to this 2400s area, and we've gotten there. We've actually even gotten lower to the next level of support. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you know all this has been happening. For folks who are in my Discord, they got the warning as well. Here it says a dip down, right? This was like yesterday at 2 a.m. So almost 2 days ago, a dip down to 2400s would not surprise me. And the reason is because ETH got rejected at the top of the bull flag, which was 28.15. So now it'll probably retest the bottom of the flag, right? Still has a chance to test the bottom of the flag, which is at the 2400s on this chart. I'm referring to this chart right here, 2400s right here. And this was this was from 2 days ago. Similarly for Bitcoin as well. You can pause to read if you want. For Bitcoin, basically I said a double head forming here. Head and shoulders, but with a double head forming here. So technically, if 91's broken, then Bitcoin heads to 75 to 80K area as a target, right? And the chart is this one I was referring to. Shoulder, shoulder, but double head, right? Pause to read if you want. So that's what the situation has gotten us into right now. But the surprising thing is this. Let me just show you guys something. I'm sure you may have noticed it as well. But if you dared looking at the charts yesterday, look at this. Okay, Bitcoin is down 3%. Almost everything else is green. Can you believe that? Almost everything else is up on the day. ETH is a little bit down, right? But almost everything else is up on the day. This is quite amazing because at one stage, when I look at the charts, Bitcoin was down like 5%. 6% on the day when it hit 85, 86, and ETH and everything else was only down like 0.5%, down 1%, 2%, 3%. Everything was like shrugging off this huge sale on Bitcoin. What has happened? Something I have an explanation for it. I've never heard anyone else talk about this in this way before. I have an explanation on why this is happening and why Bitcoin goes down more than ETH and the alts. Usually it's like Bitcoin goes down, crashes 5-6%. Then alts, I would ask you, where's alts right now? You would say, oh, alts probably down 10, 12, 15%. Right now, the opposite has happened. Bitcoin was down 6% at one time to 86K. And Ethereum was only down like 3%. Like BNB, XRP, they were only down like 2%, 1%, or even 0.5%. So the opposite has happened. Why is that? There's a major shift in the markets. So that's what I'll be covering in this episode. But before we get onto that, let's first answer the question in 30 seconds of which crypto exchange does Pablo use? Well, Pablo just showed you guys, I use a non-KYC exchange, right? This one, with all these major prizes, Tesla, Model 3, Rolex, Vision Pro, to win all that just by signing up and trading. It's the Pablo He-Man deal with Bitunix. It's non-KYC, means that Americans can use it. That means you don't need to show your ID. That means nobody can see that it's you. Even the exchange don't know who you are. That means the IRS can't see you. The tax office can't see you. CIA, FBI, nobody can see you, right? But only on this link. If you are watching this video on YouTube, then it's in the description link below. Just in the description link below. But if you're watching this on any other platform, then just head to my own profile page, my homepage, profile page, and it's right there with the Stan link. Just click on that, and it's the first thing that pops up. Okay, so, but only on this link that I'm providing, the Pablo deal, limited time only. We're in a Tesla Model 3. So here we go. So this is obviously a bad situation because Bitcoin at this 91K point is pretty much the neckline. It's broken down and it didn't form a bottoming tail. We needed to close somewhere like 91K to form a bottoming tail, right? But it closed down here. So then I think some sort of fill the wicks situation is going to happen. We'll probably go up to where the green line is, right? The green line becomes, the green line was support on the way down and now becomes resistance on the way up. So look at how many times the green line, this trend line supported Bitcoin. Like about 7 times it bounced off there. So now I think we'll probably get to there, which is 90.5K and bounce down. More than likely. 91.7, we're probably 91.8, probably that's a major rejection point, resistance as well, probably wick up, get down here as well. The way that it closed here, that's really bad. We needed a really high close with a long tail. So now I think we'll probably refill the wick, like retest 87K, 86K again, probably something like this, and then try to bounce and then try to get above this 91K area. Now, let me just show you what's very surprising here is the way that Ethereum and XRP, BNB, all these large coins have performed. It is quite amazing because I just showed you guys that Bitcoin was down like 5-6%, ETH was only down like 3%. A lot of other coins was only down like 1-2%. Okay, the reason, I'll get to the reason in a second. I just want to show you guys something. Have a look at have a look at ETH. Look at that. This is what we were looking for. ETH is basically, look at this, is doing a bottoming tail, right? So this was a major bottoming tail, and this is also a bottoming tail because it went to like, I told my folks the support was at 2300, it almost went there. It's gone to 2313 area. And also it closed within the flag. So that's kind of a, on a day where everything was crashing, that's kind of a show of a strength, closed within the flag, right? So we can still call this kind of a bull flag, right? With perhaps, I don't know if you want to call that a higher bottom or double bottom. And ETH still has a chance to build this out and go up, at least come up to this 2800 area, right? Top of the flag. That's a short-term target. That's a strong close considering what happened yesterday. Look, considering that Bitcoin just had like not just a 6% crash, but Bitcoin actually went from 94K, if I remember correctly. It's more than it was a lot more like 7%. From 94K to 85K in one day, it broke the neckline that it wasn't supposed to break. And ETH closed like that. That's actually closed much stronger than Bitcoin. That's actually a major surprise. Let me just show you another coin, for example. So XRP, we see the same thing. We see this bottoming tail as well, a bottoming hammer, a long wick to the bottom. People bought it at 206 and drove it all the way up to $2.30 whilst Bitcoin was crashing. Aave, well, not as strong, similar. Let's pick some of the bigger top 10 coins. So BNB, for example. BNB, similar situation, right? Look at this, bottoming tail candle. It doesn't mean that's the bottom, but short term, usually that's a very strong sign. Doge, for example. Doge, yeah, also once again, double bottom on Doge here. Gee, this Doge chart, like for a short term trader, this Doge chart looks very interesting for a bounce because you have a double bottom here, and you have basically a bottoming tail here as well. We could easily see it test 23, even 25, 24 and a half area. So I think you guys can see that, let's see, ENS, not as strong. See, we want that to be a long tail, not as strong. H bar, okay, the H bar, yeah, that's H bar also. Look at this. So H bar, the ETF is coming. So look at this. Basically, double bottom, very long wick, closing green, and above this key, 19-cent support area. So like, there's a good chance we get some sort of bounce on H bar to this 24 area, right? Now, that's provided if Bitcoin doesn't dump. I think I said to my Discord that in the short term, I'm expecting Bitcoin to bounce from 85, 86. That's what we got. It bounced from 85, 86 area. But short term, I think Bitcoin is trapped below 92K. I'm happy to be proven wrong. But I just have to be objective. Like, I would love for Bitcoin to come up here and then alts make an even stronger run. But it looks like Bitcoin is probably, we'll wait probably for the weekly close. Like, if it gets two good daily closes below this red line, that's obviously really bad. That confirms a breakdown in my mind. And we wait also for the weekly close. If it closes weekly below this area as well, then we're going to see more of this. Now, why is this happening? Why is the situation happening? Why are we seeing Bitcoin do this and all the altcoins perform? The large altcoins at least perform with some strength. Well, the reason in my mind is because of this. Some people have proposed this theory before, and they said that Bitcoin and the alts have decoupled a little bit. What they mean is that Bitcoin is getting all that Wall Street money, Wall Street ETF money. They come in, they push up Bitcoin. Alts don't get that money because when they sell out of Bitcoin, when they've made like 3x, 2x profit, when they sell, they don't go, oh, can I put that into a BNB or Doge or Solana or some other coin, some other altcoin, because they don't have access to it. They're not going to sign up to a Binance, right? They're not going to sign up to Binance. They're basically going to buy the ETFs, right? And other than Ethereum, they don't have any other ETF to buy. So you see, Bitcoin has made a new all-time high, but the altcoins haven't received much love at all. A lot of them haven't even gone close to an all-time high, the all-time high yet. So now I believe the reverse is happening. Over the last 3-4 days, basically, Bitcoin has gone down because of Wall Street selling, and the altcoins. And when the Wall Street guys are panic selling that Bitcoin on the Bitcoin ETF, right? The altcoins haven't gotten sold as much because they don't own any Solana, they don't own any Doge, they don't own any BNB, they don't own any XRP, so they can't really sell it, right? So now we see they're kind of decoupled a little bit, not totally, but a little bit more. They're more decoupled than, say, the last bull run. So now we see Bitcoin go down, and altcoins are basically like, altcoins are going down a little bit, 2%, 1%, maybe even green, not as much as Bitcoin has gone down. That's we can see that because in the last week, in the last 7 days, the amount of outflows from the Bitcoin ETFs is something like $2 billion, right? That's kind of a big outflow. So Wall Street is panicking. Why Wall Street panicking? Because they see Bitcoin as a high beta tech stock. What that means is basically they think Bitcoin behaves like Nvidia, like Tesla, like Google. It's like a tech stock. That's how they see it. But it's more on higher leverage, which means if Tesla goes down 5%, then Bitcoin goes down 10%. If Tesla goes down, if the Magnificent 7 stocks go down 20%, then Bitcoin goes down 30%. That's how they see it. They see it as a volatile tech stock, to put it simply. So, and what's been happening with the stocks? The stocks have been tanking. That's why Bitcoin has been tanking. That's why these guys are selling Bitcoin. So let's have a look. You have the spider. So we've had 3 sales in a row, 3 big red days in a row. I don't think it's finished yet. They have the QQQ. That's where most of the tech stocks, the Magnificent Seven is. And we've also had 3 big red candles in a row. Like you don't see 3 major red candles like that for a while now. Probably would have to go back to there. Now, the good news is we're probably not that far from support. So this 500 area is support on the NASDAQ 100 ETF, which is the QQQ. And right now, the low of yesterday was already, of this session we just had, was already at 509. So this is like 1.5%, right? Something like 1.5%, 1% further room to go down. And I think we'll get support here because you've had the major top here, you've had the major, well, a small bottom here. So I think we'll get at least some sort of bounce here, like on the spider, on the SPY as well. Not too far away from support, 584 for the S&P 500 ETF, and the low of yesterday was 589. So only less than 1% to go. Less than 1% to go. We'll probably get some sort of support, some sort of bounce, and when they do bounce, it's obviously a positive influence on Bitcoin. It's not going to be a negative, bad influence on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, let's have a look. Oh, just by the way, just pointing this out to all the guys in my Discord and for all my followers watching this, the look at the China stocks, China Hong Kong stocks, right? Still, a lot of them held up quite well with gains. This is after a blistering run. This is after a blistering run. Look at this, EHang, for example, EH, right? After a blistering run, yesterday it still was in the green, right? Up by 0.25%, still in the green, even after this blistering run. So this is why I've been talking about these China Hong Kong stocks quite a lot. And you look at Apple, Nvidia, other than Amazon managed to close flat. Essentially, everything else is in the green. Tesla got smashed. I explained in my Discord why Tesla is getting smashed. So now, where does Bitcoin go from here? So Bitcoin, I think we've done this before, is basically, Bitcoin basically, once the 91K area is snapped, the neckline, then Bitcoin is in danger of heading to 75 to 80K area. Here's the neckline, 91.7. Here's the top of the head. That distance there, right? That distance there is basically it's basically 18K or 17.5K, right? If we take the neckline, we put it down we project down another 17.5K, that would take us to 74K. 74K, yeah. So basically the projected move from here down is 74K, like something like that. And also that would coincide with this previous top we've had before, so it would look something like this. It would look something like this. If we don't find a close above this 91K area, then the danger is it could do this, bounce off 72, 73K area, and then do a bounce up. Maybe as high as 91K again. Now, the thing is, let's put it on the weekly. Does that mean the bull market has ended? It's still, right, a upward trend, a higher high, higher low, right? Higher high, higher low, and then we can still do a higher high, or even a double top, right? You could even bounce up for it to go to 110, 111K and do a double top. It's just that if it goes down to 74K, which I think it's, because the close here is bad, like it's 50-50 chance now. It's, over the next couple of days, or by Friday, by the weekend, if we don't get any closes above 92K, then I think it's more than 50% chance it's going to visit this 70-something K area, right? And 75, 80K, that's what I told my Discord before this move happened. I've been saying this for a while now. Double head, shoulder pattern, right? So we still can technically get, you know, a continuation to the bull market. You could still have, look, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Off 72, 73, 74, 75, mid to low 70s, and then go up again. That could still happen, but it's not the strongest pattern. It's kind of, that's kind of weak if it has to do that. This green line on my chart, if you compare to my video, any of my videos or anything I posted on Twitter for the last 2 months or so, I've had this green line posted here. Now, if we just extend that, I've just extended that green line, and I didn't realize it actually hits Bitcoin here as support. So that's actually quite something. Now, at the top, if we were to link up these 4 pivot tops, we get this line. This is actually a falling wedge. If I was to offer some hopium, the way falling wedges could work is that, you know, we probably get rejected at this 92, 93K area, come down and bounce off 85, 84, 84, 83, 82, something like this, and then boom, we bounce, right? We bounce up to something like above 100K. That could happen in a falling wedge. But however, that's just a hopium version, probably like, I'd say 30% chance of that. The 50% chance, or even bigger, depends on where Bitcoin closes over the next few days. The 50% chance or larger chance is, as I said before, I've been calling this for a couple of months now, except the neckline never got broken. And I said if the neckline at 21K got broken and confirmed, then basically we're heading to 75 to 80K area. And realistically, it probably wicks down to something like 72, 73K, and then bounce from there. That doesn't mean the bull market has ended. We can still come out with a big bounce to say 100K, 110K even area, or it can be crazy enough to actually continue to run because we're still having higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? It's okay to have for the higher low to bounce off the previous top, although it's better if it doesn't, if it just does this. So there are, these are the 3 scenarios. Least likely is we get a close over the next couple of days and confirm back above this 92K area and keep going. That's least likely scenario in my mind. 20 to 30% chance we get this downward wedge, falling wedge bounce off 80 to 83K and we go up. 50% or more likely if we confirm below this 90K area in the next 2 or 3 days when we can't get back up above 92K area with any serious closes, then basically it's going to explore this space here, which is like 72. I wrote in my Discord 75 to 80K area, but now it looks like 72K area is likely to get hit once again. Here is what I wrote, which is you know technically if this 91K is broken with a couple of closes below, we've just had one close, and Bitcoin can head to 75K to 80K area. It's probably more like 72, 73K. Although, as we had just seen, altcoins are still actually kind of acting pretty strong. Altcoins, so it's possible that it's hard to say. If Bitcoin goes to like 75K, bounces off there, then where does ETH go? And then, you know, maybe ETH does another flush down to 70 to 2300, 2100, and then bounce from there. Maybe ETH has made its low already for this leg down. Anyways, that's the Hopium version. Thank you guys for tuning in, and also for all the Aussies. Pablo uses SwiftX exchange, and it's nice on-ramp, off-ramp. Thank you. I'll see you guys for the next episode.